Hey Booktube! This is the Lost Coffee Mug, and I am here with a Booktube Newbie Take Questions. Hey everyone, so I know I've been on Booktube for a few weeks, but Roxy over at Roxy Reads did this Booktube Newbie Take Questions, and I was like, I never did that video. So I figure it's under a month. I'm still a newbie. I can do this. It's fine, right? Yes. All right, so I have the questions here. Let's see if we can answer some of these so you get to know me a little bit better. Your Lost Coffee Mug. Don't forget about your coffee mug. All right. Why did you start this channel? Because I love books a little too much. And I've been a fan of Booktube for years. I think I really got into it in 2020 when I really started to pick up my reading habits. And then the community of Booktube is so kind and so generous. And I figured, why not start a channel that kind of coincides with the blog I do, where my blog, I do book reviews. So why not do a Booktube channel to go with it and talk to you all and kind of take you through life and just grow a great community. And that's what it's been so far. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? Well, I live a very boring life, so I'm sorry. But the summertime, we do a lot of gardening, so I'm hoping, you guys can see some garden stuff that we do. We'll probably be making a lot more food during then, a lot more home-cooked food. We like to experiment a lot when we have the veggies that we grow ourselves, and it's fresher produce, and it's just, I feel like it's easier to cook and come up with ideas to cook meals when your produce is fresher. I don't know what it is. That's just me. I'm hoping talking about books is fun. And I'm hoping maybe there's some unique books that you never thought you would, read or pick up talking about this, talking in this channel. But, and there's going to be some life things that happen that I will take you on. What are you most excited for about this new channel? I am excited to meet new people. I've met a bunch of new people already, and everyone's been super kind. I have now, we're calling ourselves the Lost Twins, Emily at Lost in the Library. She's so sweet and amazing. I'm going to link her channel below. The Beach Bum Bookworm is amazing. I'm going to link her channel below. Storm with Storm Reads is amazing. Linking her channel. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to link all the channels below. And those people are the ones that I've met through this experience. And all these ladies encourage each other and not bring each other down. Not say, not try to put down the another channel just so they can raise up. They're there for each other, and it's amazing. And that's what this should be. It should be fun. It should be, we're just a community talking about something we all like, which is books, and spreading the word on authors you may never have heard or picked up, or a book. And that's what I'm very excited for. Why do I love reading? Well, it gets me out of the real world. There's been a lot of things that have happened and a lot of things still going on, and it's exhausting mentally, and reading for me definitely is an escape, and definitely where I can go into this world and kind of imagine I'm, a character, or, it's just, and reading is really like a mini movie. You're playing the movie in your head when you're reading. You're picturing the world. You're picturing the events. And I think that's what's great about it. What book or series got you into reading? So when I was younger, I did read the Harry Potter series. And then I kind of stopped. And I think because I was in high school and reading wasn't that great. And it was like forced upon you. It wasn't books you wanted to read. Until I got into, I'm sorry, So that was like middle schoolish. And then in high school, I did pick up reading a little bit more. There were a few books that were very interesting and kind of was like, oh, this is, I'm going to read that and see what that's all about. And then I did read the Twilight series. I went through, the book releases at midnight. Let's go to the bookstore. I kind of got away from it because I was so busy with work and college. And then I came back into reading. And it was something. I think it might have been like a KU book or a mystery book or something. I was like, this is good. And I read it on my iPad. And then I got myself a Kindle. And then from then on, I was like into a rabbit hole. And I'm in so deep. I'm not coming out. I like this rabbit hole. It's good. I like it. I will say Sarah at the Bookish Knitter really got me into category romance. Before that, I was actually reading mysteries and thrillers, which there's nothing wrong with that, but the category romance to me is something that's not as, you don't have to think, and, it's all that. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? That's a good question. I think what I would ask is, what makes you keep going with Booktube? A lot of people ask what gets you started, but what makes you keep staying with Booktube, and what keeps you going with Booktube? Why do you keep doing it? The people I watch have been around for years, so that would be interesting to me. Why do you stay? Why do you keep doing Booktube? What challenges do you think starting a Booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Coming up with something to talk about. Trying to be interesting. Not having boring videos. I feel like I ramble a lot as well. So I'm trying to not have boring videos, and I feel like that's hard. I'm trying not to ramble. That's also hard. I sometimes get off in my own little world. The editing, finding my own editing vibe, that actually didn't take me too long. Surprisingly. I know I'm not using the fanciest software, but free works. It works just as well as higher production. I'm not here with a fancy camera. I'm here with my phone or my laptop, computer camera, or that's pretty much it for my cameras. When did you start reading? Like I said, I read, when I was younger, grade school, middle school, high school a little bit. I stopped and then I came back. So, I've been reading off and on throughout my life. Where do you read? So I read in the morning. Usually before I walk into this office, I will read a chapter or two on the couch in the living room. But there are times where I get in here a little too early. So then I'll read at my desk before I log on. And then in the summertime, I like to sit on the deck. We have a deck outside. And I like to sit after work outside with my e-reader in my hand. And then I also will read in my bedroom at night in my bed. That's why I love e-readers. And that's why I usually read a lot of e-reading or e-books, because I can read in the dark. What kind of books do you like to read? I kind of mentioned this a little bit earlier. I read every genre. So I will read biographies. I will read memoirs. I actually have a John Lewis book, kind of about all that and his experience with the civil rights, that I'm wanting to read. I picked that up at the Portage Library. They were doing a sale, so I picked it up. It was like fill your bag for $5. So you pick as many books as you want, and that was one of them. Romance. I read suspense. I read mystery. I read thrillers. I read cozy mysteries. I read a little bit of everything. If it sounds interesting, I'm going to read it. But I do have to be in the right mood, and I will say memoirs and biographies, I usually like to do those on ebook, because usually they have the person who wrote it or who it's about doing the voices, or the voiceover. Usually, I know the Britney Spears one, I think it was Michelle Williams that did that, but she sounded exactly like Britney would. That's usually how I do those, just because those tend to be a little bit more serious and thoughtful. So those I actually like to listen to while I am working like a podcast. So that is my Booktube Newbie Take questions. If you have any more questions and want to get to know me, please put them in the comments and I will answer those when I can. But I hope everyone is enjoying the day and is enjoying the week, getting some good reading done. I am listing the booktubers that kind of help get me going and kind of inspired me into doing this below. Please go to their channels, like and subscribe to them as well. And also, just remember, we are all lost coffee mugs in this world. I will talk to y'all later. Have a great day.